Welcome to the Collaborative Lives in Context Blackboard Shell Guided Tutorial series. This is session 1. We're going to be logging in today and exploring our CLIC Blackboard Shell. When you open up the shell, you'll be welcomed with a page of a little bit of history of Collaborative Lives in Context, as well as explanation, definitions, what's expected, a deadline and points map, and some resources, some videos down below. We also have our menu over to the left where you'll see your announcements page, your discussion forum. This is where you'll see your WebEx discussions, your team preliminary plan forum, as well as your implementation discussion forum. Your Blackboard message page. This can be used to send messages back and forth amongst your group, fellow students, or your professors. So let's take a look at the session content page. You'll see here we have our 7 sessions listed. And this video is going to be focusing in on session 1, team building, project sign-up, individual roles, and team web conference. So let's start by clicking on session 1, which will take us into the folder. And you'll see your deliverables and your activities, followed by a divider note. And down below that divider note, these are just some resources that can be used to help you develop your team, build your team, communicate within your team, how to work together through this process. Go back up to the top, and I'm just going to kind of walk you through some of the different items that are in your session 1. In this first session, teams will be forming, brainstorming, and identifying possible ideas, setting up the team folder in Google Drive, and reaching out to prospective target sites and contacts. Teams should also be developing presentations, or rather 30-second elevator speeches, that they will use to secure target sites and contacts. Teams will also want to determine how they will communicate throughout and collaborate on the project. So as you can see here, we have spring 2014, and these were the different groups that were working at that time. You have the name of the project with the last names of the students. We'll go ahead and close that and go back. Your deliverables and your activities are listed right here, so let's walk through the deliverables. First, you'll want to go and click on the links to the other courses in order to get to know your peers. We'll choose 5310. You may want to look for students with similar backgrounds or interests. You may want to consider what your own strengths and weaknesses are, and see if you can find teammates that will complement and bring different strengths to the team. So this is something you might be familiar with because you should have done this by now, is go through and introduce yourself, list occupations, any hobbies, and you can look for students that have similar backgrounds to yourself, or you may want to work with someone that you find would bring something different to the team. Once you've identified your teammates, you'll want to first confirm that everyone wants to work together, and then the team will need to fill out the final project sign-up. Click responsibilities to the team and the content log templates. The team will also want to start a folder in Google Drive with the name of the team and the last name of the team members. So let's look at the final project sign-up. This kind of just gives you an idea of directions of how to fill it out, what your goals would be, some ideas of who you could use as potential CLIC clients, service area or service site audiences, and what a global contact is. And you'll hear these terms: target service site, local contact, global contact. Your target service site is the site that you're going to be working hand in hand with. That's the site that you're servicing. You've gone to them, you've talked to them, you've interviewed with them, you've offered them help in finding a solution to one of their needs. A local contact is kind of the same thing, but really it's someone that you can maybe can help you service your target site, help you with the PBL process. The global contact is about the same as a local contact. This might be someone on a global level that can help you service your site or work in conjunction with your team and your site. You'll see here different charts, and you can see where we're getting ready for fall 2014 final projects. And you may see where Dr. Elwood or Dr. Rodriguez has a specific project that they would like their students to take on. Here we see one with a communications class. You can go back and scroll through the template and see where we've done projects in the past. For example, we have Earth Day Kindergarten Recycling. This was a project in which we worked with several sites. We worked with Sewell Elementary in Garland, Texas, and Caffey Middle School here in Corpus Christi. We serviced Cimarron Place Health and Rehabilitation Center, and we also worked with an elementary out of Okinawa, Japan. You'll see that the students, we typed in what our goals were going to be. We typed in our resources, our names, and we linked our names to our contact information. And we also inputted our service sites and our global contacts along with links to their contact information. If you log in or if you click on this link for our project name, it will take you directly to our folder within Google Drive. You'll also be filling out the individual responsibilities to the team. This template is also one that's within Google Drive, and you'll see where you've got your different classes. Again, this was from spring. This is a template from the spring 2014 session. So we have the classes 5360 and 5302. Your duties are going to depend on what course you're in. Some groups will choose to also share duties. There's nothing wrong with that, but you need to make sure that you are addressing the specific assignments that are within the template. You'll also want to look at and set up your global contact log. This is a log that you'll want to download and then upload into your team folder. So let's look at the contact log. You have 3 tabs on the bottom: your direction tab, your contact information tab, which you'll need to fill out with your local and global contacts as well as your service site, and then the log itself. It's very important to fill out this log and keep up with it. Log in your dates, the times that you spoke, the person you spoke with, any notes from that communication, and then the team members that reached out to the site or reached out to other contacts. This will go in, and the professors do consider this when taking into account your grade and your team's grade, how well you communicated with your service sites, how well you communicated with your contacts, how well you communicated with each other. So let's look at the activities. This template kind of gives you an idea of what local and global contacts are, who they are, who you can reach out to. You'll see that they have listed United Way, Women's Shelter of South Texas, 21st Century Schools. These are some good resources that you can use when developing your project and when considering what sites you would like to use. We also have the 30-second elevator speech template. Kind of gives you an idea of what an elevator speech is, and it's really just a pitch to your contact. But this will help you, by filling this out, it'll help you develop your speech for your contact or for your target site, so that when you go in, you already have an idea of what you're going to say, how you're going to present it, and you come off more professional with your site. And then finally, your check brick for building relationships, local and global contacts. This is actually a rubric that you will use to evaluate your project at the end of the session, but it doesn't hurt to go ahead and again download this check brick and put it into your team folder. Your criteria for filling out the building relationships, local and global contacts: did you develop a 30-second elevator speech for your local contact? Did you develop one for your global contact? Did you maintain contact and communication with your sites? Again, that is something that will weigh heavily in your grade, in your final grade for your CLIC project, PBL project. So again, your deliverables for this session: you'll want to make sure that at the end of the session you will have gotten to know your classmates and your fellow IDT students and concurrent courses. You'll want to have completed the project sign up. You will want to have completed the individual responsibilities to this team, assigned everybody their task, and you will have wanted to start your global contact information, as well as started loading or building your team folder. It is important to stress that when working on a CLIC service-based PBL, teams will want to stay on task and follow their timeline. If the teams can work ahead, it's very prudent to do so. Teams will not want to rush the process. Rather, teams will want to use any extra time to assess, reflect upon, and revise the project's progress. Successful teams have utilized text or emails for daily communication and have also scheduled weekly meetings using Skype or WebEx. During these weekly meetings, the teams have used the time to work on their project and to complete the templates in their Google Drive folder in order to make sure that everyone is on the same page and doing their part for their team's success. Teams will find that Google Drive offers many opportunities for collaboration during the process. Members can create and simultaneously work on sites, documents, surveys, and forms. So again, this brings a close to session 1. In session 2, we will look at beginning our planning and getting ready for our first WebEx and developing that Google folder. If you have any questions, you'll want to review this guided tutorial, talk to a peer, or message your professor. Thank you for your time.